Well, hello to everyone. Everybody that's joining us today, I want to welcome you, each and every one of you. We are going to look at some of the recalls that we just recently gotten. And as you and I both know, we don't necessarily like recalls, but it is something that we have to cover from time to time, and we're going to do just that. Whomever is out there, please let me know if this is. Hey, how you doing there, Drea? Is this too loud? The little music I'm trying to give us some back as a backdrop and a little bit of entertainment. Is that too loud, Drea? Let me know. If it is, just put 5 by 5 if it's okay. And if not, I'll go ahead and make it a little lower. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at some of the most recent recalls. And we're going to, hello, choosy heretics, choose Carnation Revolution now. Hey, Betty. Thank you, Drea. I like that. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you, precious. So look what we've got here. We've got some recalls here, and we're just going to go through all of these. Some may be, some might pertain to us and some may not, right? Some may pertain to us and some may not. But the ones that do, we'll go ahead and tuck those for our personal, and then the others we'll share with others that we know it might pertain to. All right, so look, it looks as if there is a pasta recall because of listeria, and we have seen a lot of listeria lately, haven't we? We really have. We've seen a lot of listeria lately. So let's just get right into this. I'm going to make it larger so that you can see it. Okay. And hopefully that won't be too much. All right. So now it says that the reason for the announcement is because of the listeria monocytogenes. All right. The company is Caesar's Pasta, LLC. And the brand name is Caesar's Pasta or Fresco. That's it. Or Fresco. Oh, sorry. Down below in the description will be, let me make sure I'm going to stick this in the description right below right now. Hold on, you guys. Let me give that to you because some people may not be able to hang out. And if that's the case, I want you to take this information and run with it because it's something that you'll need if you can't hang out. So hold on, let me go ahead and put this in here for you right now while it's on the top of my head, while I'm able to think of it right here and give it to you guys. So you'll see it right now inside of the description box for you. Hold on. There you are. Okay, now let me refresh it, and that way you guys will be able to see it. Okay. Right. So you guys should be able to see it now. All right, so that you'll have it for your own good. Anyway, Caesar's Pasta LLC of Blackwood, New Jersey is recalling 5,610 pounds of frozen manicotti because it has the potential to be contaminated with listeria monocytogenes, and as an organism which can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail or elderly people, and others with weakened immune systems. Although healthy individuals may suffer only short-term symptoms, such as a high fever, severe headache, or stiffness or nausea, as well as abdominal pain and diarrhea, the infection can cause miscarriages and stillbirth among pregnant women. The frozen manicotti was sold at various food service distributors, distributing to restaurants in Philadelphia, PA, Harrisburg, PA, southeastern New York State, northeastern PA, San Juan, Puerto Rico markets. The product did not enter retail commerce, which means this is more than likely something for somebody who ate it at a restaurant, someplace where they, created it and made it for you, right? And so you want to keep that in mind as well. All right, so it goes on to tell us that this guy here is not going to go away. The frozen manicotti was packaged in 10-pound bulk boxes, the brand name or Fresco, and the pasta with the best by date of, you can't see it because of that cat. Let me make it a little smaller. Boy, they just I don't understand these advertising companies where they'll cover up a story just to get you to buy some junk you was never going to buy in the first place. Oh, okay. So anyway, the best by date is for September the 28th, 2024. No illnesses have been reported to date, and the product is characterized as not ready to eat, and the cooking instructions are on the product label. They clearly state that the product must be cooked to 160 degrees, and of course that's internal, which would effectively kill the bacteria. You know, a lot of people don't take care of food and things of that nature the proper way before even putting it inside of a, oven. And even though it does say that that would kill it, I don't know. There's a reason for them making sure that they share the information. Not that anybody should eat it raw, therefore they'd have to tell you. But I don't know. I think that each one of these companies have to give up something just to stay in the game, if you know what I mean. So the recall was the result of a routine sampling program, which revealed that the finished products may contain the bacteria. The FDA and the company continued their investigation as to what may have caused the problem. And each of the company's customers who received the affected product have been notified and have been provided with instruction to discard the product. Why don't they ever check before they distribute the products? This is something I don't understand. This is something I just don't get. Well, if you like granola, there is something to be concerned with here, because here's another one. Another area of concern is the granola. Let me give you the full screen since we have to make it smaller so that we can all see it. Yes, it is Joy Trujillo. It really is. So there's a granola recall for all of you folks who like granola, who like to go out hiking. You may want to pop it in your bag if you got a really long day outside the house and you have something to give you a little lift. Well, there is a granola recall, and it's the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reaction. Garden of Light, doing business as Bakery on Main, voluntarily recalls oat and honey organic granola due to a potential almond contamination. Now, there's a lot of people who are allergic to almonds, a lot of different nuts and things like that, some other legumes like cashews. So this may be pertinent. This might be information that they need. The company is East Hartford. They're out of East Hartford, Connecticut. And this announcement was made on December 30th, 2022. Again, the name is Garden of Light, DBA, doing business as Bakery on Main, is voluntarily recalling the product. Now, the product is sold at retailers nationally under the brands Topco, Full Circle Organic Oat and Honey Granola. And here's the UPC. You can find that again down below in the description. It goes on to say that the product was produced with a best before date of 10/10/23. That's a couple of months ago. But if you bought it at the house and you're stuck it in backpacks, it could definitely still be hanging around. So the best used by date is 10/10/23. Now, there are no other lot codes for this product. There's only the UPC code and the best by date. And they also say that no other lot codes or products are impacted by this voluntary recall. The company manufactured 14,300 pounds or 304 pounds of product, which was distributed by Total Granola, Topco, and SEG retail stores throughout the United States. The product recall was voluntarily initiated after it was discovered that the product potentially contained almonds, was distributing and packaging, and did not reveal the presence of almonds. No illnesses or injuries have been reported to date. Customers with the product with the 10/10/22 best by date. Wait a minute, what did it say up here? 10/10/22? No, best by date of 10/10/23. So with the customers who have it with the best by 10/10/22 best by date in their possession should dispose of it immediately. So which is it? Is it what we see up here? Because we're all looking at this together. Remember, we all read stuff together here. I don't just, well, there's one story that I'm working on that I did have to read through to gain to see if it was right. But do you all see that? So my thing is if you got any of this, since we have a discrepancy between the 10/10/23 and the 10/10/22, is that you get in touch with the company and you make your voice heard so that you can return this or go on ahead and get your money back. Print this out, take it out of the description, print it back, and take it into the store. If they say, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. This recall, again, is being conducted in cooperation with the United States Food and Drug Administration. And there are photographs of the product label. They're below this confirmation. I'm sure there are, but I'm not going looking because y'all can find it. All right, there are some more snacks that are recalled. Oh, wait a minute. The one that I really want to get to before anybody has to leave. We can get back to the other snacks, but this right here really hits close to home because don't you know when you have kids that make scrapes or either yourself, you may cut your finger or whatnot? Look at this. The GFA Production Xiamen Company Ltd issues a voluntary national recall of Easy Care First Aid Burn Cream and first aid kits due to a microbial contamination. This was done on December 23rd, and the FDA published it on December 27th. I just got it today. The category of the drug type is drug. The reason for the announcement is because it is contaminated with Bacillus lynchiformis and Bacillus soronicis. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Here's the company name again. The company announcement dated December 23rd, 2020 states that they are voluntarily recalling one of its Easy Care First Aid After Burn creams. They're single packets. The single packet use are sold in boxes of 10 or packaged in certain first aid kits. This recall is to the consumer level. The FDA analysis found the product to be contaminated with the Bacillus lynchiformis and the Bacillus soronicis. The risk statement in immunocompromised patients, the topical use of this contaminated Easy Care After Burn cream, 0.9 gram single-use packet, could potentially result in severe or life-threatening adverse events such as bacteremia, sepsis, or periodontitis. If there are any nurses, physicians, assistants, or anybody in the chat, break that down for everybody that's reading. Okay, if you can, just go ahead and break it down phonetically because that was really a word. All right, so anyway, periodontitis. In non-immunocompromised patients, the population most likely to use the product, the use of the defective product may result in infectious complications, for instance, skin infections. But in this population, the infections are expected to be less severe and more readily responsive to treatment. To date, GFA Production Company has not received any reports of adverse events related to this recall. The Easy Care First Aid After Burn Cream 0.9 gram single-use packet is used as an over-the-counter first aid treatment for minor burns. The single-use packet bear lot number W06128 and are packaged in boxes of 10 or included in the certain first aid kits named below. The lot number of the single-use packet can be found on the packet itself. The lot number for the first aid kit contains the single-use packets that's inside of them. All right, so you know how you get those little kits, and inside of them they may have like a little cellophane, but in there is a few other little things that you may take out, Q-tips and things like syringe, those little what are they called, the Q-tips, and then you've got the gauze. And so what they're saying is they're individual little bitty packets of this product inside of a first aid kit. Now, the box of the first aid kit is Easy Care First Aid After Burn Cream. It's a first aid kit that's listed at 10-15-0150. Adventure Marine, there's another one there, an Adventure Marine First Aid, Adventure Marine First Aid Kit. Easy Care First Aid, 25 person, so that's a pretty big one. Then there's another one, the bigger one that you have at the job. You have the big one, keep it in the back or at the school. Easy Care First Aid 10 person, Easy Care First Aid Class A, ANSI 25 person packet. So they're notifying its distributor by email, and they're arranging for the return of the recalled care kit and the burn cream, as well as all the little packets. And they want everybody to just take them back, or you can give them a call at the number that's listed down below here, and they can also tell you what to do. Now, as it is with any of these products, if you have come in contact with them or you feel like you need to go see a doctor, you may as well do that, because this is not good, especially considering, we always get these kinds of things just to keep them on hand just in case. And then you don't want to get an infection where it gets even bigger, and then it gets infected and you're thinking that it was just the incident and not necessarily the topical cream that you put on it. See, that's why when I hear it, when I read it and they say no one's complained, well, they're not going to complain. They're not going to complain because they're going to attribute any swelling, I would imagine, to the incident itself and not the product that they're using on it. I do want to go back to the other snack recall. So I'm going to go to that as promised, and then we're going to go down to another medication recalled. Well, let me just do this one because you guys, look, there's glass in that one. So as soon as we get done with this one, we're going to be right back. All right, so this is the company date was the 30th, and let's make sure it's not the same one. No, it's Daisio Company LLC. Tohato is the brand name of the product, and it's Nagoya Snack. Daisio California LLC, La Mirada, California, is recalling Tohato Najiwa Snack. I don't know what that is. Does anybody know what that is? Anyway, here it is. It has a recall on it. People have allergy or sensitivity to milk, run the risk of serious life-threatening reactions, allergic reactions. I'm not going to read the story, you guys, not because I don't want to, but because I'm not familiar with it, and I think that the other one is a little more pressing. However, with that in mind, you can still get the link down in the description and sort of tear this apart yourself and read through it. But I will say that it is apparently a crispy potato ring bite. That's what it is. And it's being recalled because they have some type of allergen that does have something to do with milk products, right? So the sale of the product has been suspended altogether. All right, so now I do want to go over here because this right here is the Hospira Incorporated issues a voluntary nationwide recall for one lot of vancomycin hydrochloride injection. That's why I want to do this one, because some people may be using this, right? And you want to read that. So you guys, the other one, please forgive me, just go down below and get that, right? All right, here we go. December 22nd, New York, New York. Hospira Incorporated, a Pfizer company, is voluntarily recalling one lot of vancomycin. Pfizer company is voluntarily recalling one lot of vancomycin hydrochloride injection. USP 1.5 gram vial, single dose, flip top vial, lot 33045, B as in boy, A as in alpha, to the user level due to two visible glass particulates observed in a single vial. If administered intravenously, patients may experience adverse events such as local irritation or swelling, vasculitis, phlebitis, you guys forgive me, antigenic or allergic reactions, and microvascular obstructions, including pulmonary embolism. Please, please, please pay close attention to this. If administered orally or via nasogastric tube, nasogastric, that means the tube goes through the nose, down the esophagus, into the stomach. Nasogastric tube, there may be the potential for gastrointestinal trauma. The risk is reduced by the possibility of detection, as the label contains a statement directing the healthcare professional to visually inspect the product for particulate matter and discoloration prior to administration. To date, Pfizer has not received reports of any adverse events related to this recall. Vancomycin hydrochloride is an antibiotic indicated for the treatment of serious or severe infections caused by susceptible strains of methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus. Now, isn't there a staph infection or strep? There's a strep infection. Okay, so this is staph. Vancomycin hydrochloride is effective in the treatment of staphylococcal endocarditis, septicemia, bone infections, lower respiratory tract infections, and skin structure infections. It is used in penicillin allergic patients and also for patients who cannot receive or who have failed to respond to other antimicrobials, including penicillin or cephalosporin agents, and for infections caused by vancomycin, susceptible organisms that are resistant to other antimicrobials. The NDC lot number, expiration date, and configuration details for the vancomycin HCI for injection USP are indicated below. The product was distributed nationwide to wholesalers, hospitals, institutions in the United States and Puerto Rico from June 2022, my lord, through September 19th, 2022. Pfizer places the utmost emphasis on patient safety and product quality at every step in the manufacturing and supply chain process. Pfizer has notified direct consignees by letter to arrange for return of any recalled product. Wholesalers, hospitals, institutions, and doctors with an existing inventory of the lot which is being recalled should discontinue use, stop the distribution, and quarantine immediately. If you have further distributed the recall product, please notify your accounts and or any additional locations which may have received the recalled product. Hospitals and institutions should inform healthcare professionals in your organization of this recall. There is an additional information phone number, and it is listed here as 1-800-805-3093 between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Healthcare professionals with questions regarding this recall can contact Pfizer using the below information. All of that is here. It's listed down below in the description already. Okay? This is a very serious recall. There's another recall by them, and I believe that it was their high blood pressure medication. And I'm going to find that and read that to you guys because I believe it was either them. And if it wasn't, please forgive me. But I do believe that it was them. My heart is just saying, oh, gee whiz. What are the items that are being recalled? Hold on just a second. Let me read it for you. I see that from Martha, Blessed and Sanctified. Okay, so this right here, Martha, is down below in the description. But there are apparently vancomycin hydrochloride injection. It's usually used, according to this recall, it's usually used for individuals who are allergic to penicillin. And so they're using this as an antibiotic for those particular patients who have a sensitivity to penicillin. According to this recall from the FDA in conjunction with Pfizer, they have not received any reports of any adverse reactions to anybody, but they're saying that because it could have some particulates in there that could harm someone, that they want people to return them. All right. It is visible glass particulates. That's what's being returned or recalled here in this instance, Martha. Okay. So let's go on to the next one, which is the beef recall for possible E. coli. We hear this all the time. This is something that those of us who tune in for these, we always hear this, and it's really not nice because you figure, people are using, obviously, the beef to cook for their families. What is this? Choosy. My friend's 7-year-old nephew woke up with torticollis out of the blue 2 days before Christmas, not poked in the shoulder. So rule that out. Wow, I don't know what that is. I apologize. I'm not that good with these kind of words and stuff like that and understanding a lot of these different things. It is also strep. Okay, Agent Josie, thank you. And so I apologize, but I do try to bring these here so that everybody can, look at it and then, pull it for yourself. Because again, there are lots of people who frequent this channel who are nurses or nurse practitioners, even some physicians, and you may not have known about this because you're busy. So I like to make sure that I bring it so that you yourself can grab it and look into it a little deeper. You know what I mean? So that's why we do this here. Okay, so this is Morash Meats Incorporated recalls raw, frozen, diced beef products due to possible E. coli. December 22nd, 2022, Morash Meats, a Portland, Oregon establishment, is recalling approximately 3,930 pounds of raw, frozen, diced beef products that may be contaminated with E. coli. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety Inspection Service announced on that date. The raw frozen diced beef items were produced August 24th, 2022. The following products are subject to recall. They're 30-pound box packages containing the diced beef. There are 3 10-pound bags with the case number F as in Frank, M as in Mary, 010152. There is the lot number and the date of 8/24/22 on the case label, and each case contains 3 10-pound vacuum-sealed clear plastic bags with diced beef in it. The products subject to recall bear the establishment date of established 4102 inside of the USDA mark of inspection, and these items were shipped to distributor locations in Oregon for further distribution to restaurants and other institutional users. The problem was discovered by the FSIS during review of testing results, which showed the product tested positive for E. coli. There have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to the consumption of these products, and anyone concerned about the injury that could be possible or any illness should contact a healthcare provider. Now, we all know that E. coli is a potentially deadly bacterium that can cause dehydration, bloody diarrhea, and abdominal cramps for 2 to 8 days after exposure of the organism. While most people recover within a week, some develop a type of kidney failure called hemolytic uremic syndrome, or HUS. This condition can occur among persons of any age, but is most common in children under 5 years old and older adults. It's marked by easy bruising, pallor, and decreased urine output. Persons who experience these symptoms should seek emergency medical care immediately. The FSIS is concerned that some product may be in institutional or restaurant freezers. Restaurants and institutions are urged not to serve these products. These products should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. FSIS routinely conducts recall effectiveness checks to verify recalling firms notify their customers of the recall and that steps are taken to make certain that the product is no longer available to consumers. FSIS advises all consumers to safely prepare their raw meat products, including fresh and frozen, and only consume diced beef that has been cooked to a temperature of 145 degrees. The only way to confirm that diced beef is cooked to a temperature high enough to kill the harmful bacteria is to use a food thermometer that measures internal temperature. You can call the number that's listed here for Morash Meats at 503-257-9821. And there's also an email address here that you can reach out to as well. These are very unfortunate things. The next one really hits close to home for a lot of us, I would only imagine, because a lot of us suffered with not having any heat just this past week. But the Target Corporation said on Thursday that it recalled about 204,000 pillow fort weight blankets for children after receiving reports of 2 fatalities. The United States Consumer Product Safety Commission said that a 4-year-old girl and a 6-year-old girl reportedly became entrapped in the cover of the weighted blanket and died due to asphyxia. April of 2022. Target said that it was in the process of alerting consumers and urging them to return the product for a full refund. The retailer exclusively sold the recalled products at the brick-and-mortar locations nationwide and on its website from December of 2018 through September of 2022. Of course, the name of the product again is the Pillow Fort weighted blankets. The hazard: a young child can become entrapped by unzipping and entering the blanket, posing a risk of death by asphyxiation. The remedy, of course, here is a refund, and the recall date was put out on December 22nd, 2022. And again, there are 204,000 units that are out and about. Here's the number for Target. It's 800-440-0680. You can call them from 7 a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time daily, or you can also reach them at www.target.com and click the recall information button. There is a host of other information here, of course, by telling you what the dollar amount is, also what it includes and all the different colors. There is the blue constellation. There's also a unicorn. There are things like a gray buffalo plaid. You know, a lot of these things here are really sad. The CPSC and Target are urging consumers to stop using the recalled blanket immediately and then contact Target for a refund. Again, here are the injuries: a 4 and a 6-year-old child, and they are sold exclusively at Target nationwide. And they're sold for about $40. The bad part that I don't like is the fact that, they were sold from December 2018 through September of 2022, and the babies were injured as early as April of 2022. I didn't hear anything about this recall back in April. I believe that they're responsible to have put that out very quick. But look at where it is. Look at this. Let me just give this to you. I hate to keep reading this here, but it says a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old were reportedly, they became entrapped in the covers, right, of the weighted blanket and died due to asphyxia. Get this, at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. I'm going to let that set right there. In April of 2022. And you're just now telling us. Why wouldn't you tell us that something happened at Camp Lejeune of all places? Okay, earlier than this. These children, other kids could have been saved. You don't know who else has been injured by these. I tell you, we're becoming a very careless country who just does not give a rip, it looks like. Right? Yeah, that's what I think. Hello, Alan Davis. How are you? You see, this is terrible. And here's the thing. What I'd like to know is, does anybody out there know what would the protocol look like for us if we had to just basically say, hey, listen, can you guys start making sure that no product leaves until it is thoroughly investigated and thoroughly tested? I mean, what is the problem with that? I don't understand why we just cannot get it checked out prior to stuff leaving. And why wasn't that tested? This is sad. It's really sad. Okay. Anyway, let's get on. I don't want to get on a soapbox, but I do. But I won't, because I know you guys got to go. All right. So that's for Target. But now I do want to check out the recall for the medication. Oh, maybe it's even in here. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back as far as I can. Here's the recall page. Oh, here's the burritos. Here's the Target with the blankets. GM. Now, did you guys see this? I think we read this, didn't we? What day was this? That GM had done the recall on 140,000 Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicles. Excuse me. General Motors said on Tuesday that it's recalling 140,000 Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicles in North America because the carpet could catch fire and crash where a front seat belt, pretensioner deploys. The United States automaker said the recall covers various 2017 to 2023 models of their Chevrolet Bolt electric vehicle due to the rare instances of the front seatbelt pretensioner exhaust gases coming in to contact, with the floor carpeting fibers after a vehicle crash which could cause a fire. And again, is about 120,000 US vehicles and 20,000 Canadian vehicles are impacted by the recall. Okay, so there's that. But there was another portion that I wanted to look at, and that was the bigger recalls. I think you guys may, oh, here we go. Here we are. Drug price group slashes suggested. Who cares about that? I don't even care about these people. Those cats. Where is it? There was another one that I wanted to look at, and that was the one for the Pfizer with the Dumaflicums. Can't see it, but they had a high blood pressure medication that they had done. I'm sure you guys probably already know about it, but it was high blood pressure medication recall. I think it was by them. I don't want to say that it was by Pfizer. I don't want to do that to them because it may not have been. It was Quinapril. That's what it was. Okay. Again, it says they've been recalled again. Okay. It is Pfizer. Huh. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give this story to you guys anyway. All right. Just in case somebody may be affected by this, because it's important. A lot of times you'll get a recall on something and you've no idea that it's actually been recalled. Right? You may be taking a daily medicine or something like that, and you're like, gee whiz, why am I feeling a little weird? Or why am I feeling a little different? And you don't know. Well, it's because maybe the new medication that you got, maybe you got a refill, and it is going to make people ill. It's making somebody sick. So let's go ahead and glance at this. Quinapril has been recalled multiple times. So why is it still out there? This isn't the first time that the high blood pressure medications have been recalled due to high amounts of nitrosamine. In April of 22, for example, Pfizer removed 5 lots of Quinapril HCI tablets. And in October, Aurobino Pharma USA recalled 2 lots of Quinapril hydrochlorothiazide. I know that medicine. Not for me, thank goodness. Anyone with questions regarding the latest recall should contact Inmar RX Solutions. The number is 1-877-538-8445. That's Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. For reimbursement, consumers will need to provide the lot number, which can be found on the side of the bottle. They're just so, meh. Go ahead, pick it up, turn it in. Here's another one. Blood pressure pills recalled over potential cancer risk. I don't think that's going to be the same, but let's look at this. This is not the same medication, right? I don't think so. Yeah, I think it is because it has the high nitrosamine. This was originally published October 28th of 2022, and on the 21st of December 2022, the FDA announced another distributor, Lupin Pharmaceuticals, was also recalling 4 lots of the blood pressure medication. Why don't we just sue? We need to sue. I'm telling you, this is criminal. That any of this, these people will. Let me tell you something. These folk will throw you in jail in some states if you go get yourself a joint. And I don't condone smoking anything. I don't condone any of it. That's for you to do, and you and your God, and that's for you and the state that you in. That's y'all. But these are the same people who will argue down having people sell natural remedies. These pharmaceutical companies will get upset with somebody who deals with natural remedies, want the whole entire business shut down. Go and have people go in with weaponry just to remove a few plants from somebody's possession. But look at these things. Continuously, we are bombarded with this kind of stuff. Continuously. We are continuously. If I did a recall, I could literally run a channel on recalls only. And you know what? That would not be a bad idea. Because I tell you, I don't think people are getting the information out immediately. I think people are hearing about it from somebody else. But they don't have a link or they don't have the story. Okay? You see what I mean? And then they're just stuck, wondering why they're feeling funny when they trusted the science in their position. Huh. Well, okay. I'm sorry. Let me just hush. Let me Hirsch. Okay. So let's see. Aurobindo Pharma, United States, is voluntarily recalling blood pressure tablets because of a potential cancer risk, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or better known as the FDA. The company is recalling 2 lots of its quinapril and hydrochlorothiazide tablets. This really, really bothers me. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think my husband was on this long name. I remember this. Hydrochlorothiazide. And yeah, so nonetheless, these tablets, which were prescribed to lower the blood pressure in people with hypertension, over concerns that the pills may be contaminated with nitrosamine, the FDA said in a statement. Nitrosamines are found naturally in many foods, including a variety of vegetables and dairy products and cured or grilled meats. Exposure to high levels of nitrosamines over a long period of time can increase the risk of cancer, the FDA said. Both lots of recalled blood pressure medicine have an expiration date in January of 2023, the FDA said. The tablets are pink-colored and scored, round-shaped biconvex film-coated tablets, de-embossed with the D on the scored side and 19 on the other side. There have not been any reported or adverse events related to the tablets covered by the recall. Patients should contact their doctor. And see, I'm not going to tell nobody not to go to the doctor, but I have an issue because there's a lot of people out here that'll have close people near them and say to them, don't use that. You need to go and do this. Use this. It might help you naturally. Go over here or try this or try that. Eat this, take some cinnamon or eat some capsicum or, put more peppers on your salads and stuff. But they trust these doctors, and I don't have any problem with doctors. Go and see your doctor. If you and your doctor have a good relationship, don't stop taking any of your medicine until you talk to your doctor, blah, 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 whatever keeps me out of, YouTube purgatory. I'm going to tell you that. Okay? Do what you need to do. But you have loved ones who are near you and they're telling you and suggesting to you to do try some ACV or apple cider vinegar or try this or try that. Again, don't stop seeing your doctor. But your family members are the last people sometimes to listen to the suggestions that you have. Sometimes I can take a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and a little glass of water and put a little smash of cayenne pepper in there. It makes my stomach feel a lot better, and it really does help me a lot of times. You can do a lot with a bottle of ACV. But there's a lot of folks who just prefer to listen to the doctors, and that's okay if that's what you choose to do. Just know that with anything, there are risks. And talk to your doctor before you stop taking the medicine that they prescribe for you. There haven't been any reports of adverse events related to the tablets covered by the recall. Patients should contact their doctor or their healthcare provider about whether to continue taking their medication or whether to consider an alternative treatment prior to returning their medication, the FDA said. The recall tablets contain a combination of 2 medicines, quinapril, which looks a lot like quinine, quinapril, hydrochloride, in a family of medicines known as angiotensin, converting enzyme inhibitors that lower the blood pressure by relaxing blood vessels. The hydrochlorothiazide in a family of medicines known as diuretics that manage the blood pressure by reducing fluid retention, like vinegar does. Some patients may be able to switch to a treatment regimen of 2 separate tablets, one for each of the medicines contained in the recalled pills. Consumers with medical questions about the recalled can contact the company here, 866-850-2876, or you can email them here, pvg@aurobindousa.com. Nitrosamines have previously been found in drugs to treat high blood pressure, heartburn, acid reflux, and diabetes, according to the FDA. Some of these drugs from certain manufacturers, including the angiotensin II receptor blockers. My God. He said, I will give you every herb bearing seed to heal your body. And I got to argue with a word, including angiotensin and 2 receptor blockers, ranitidine, nizatine, and metformin have been recalled because of the nitrosamine impurities. Chemical reactions during the drug manufacturing process can cause nitrosamines to form in medicines. Make sure you see your doctor before stopping any medication. Chemical reactions during the drug manufacturing process can cause the nitrosamines to form in medicines, and some previous research has linked exposure to high levels of nitrosamines to several different types of cancer, including pancreatic and gastrointestinal tumors. But because many cancers can form slowly over decades, it's hard to quantify the exact risk. Here's one for you. The World Health Organization classifies nitrosamines as probable human carcinogens, but also notes that the cancer risk may be low for nitrosamine impurities found in prescription medications. I'm going to end it right here for obvious reasons, because I got to go look at some bottles in the house. But like I told you guys, I hardly will read these. And this is the one story that we didn't have, right? Because remember, we clicked out of that. There we go. We clicked out and went into another story. Remember, we just clicked out and went into another. So this one, definitely, we did not plan. So that one's not going to be inside of the description. It will before we close. Let me see if I can put it in there now. Where's the blue light? There it is right there. I'm going to stick it down here now because I have both of those tabs open. And then you guys will be able to see it. Let me put it down here. There, I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so you guys will have both of them. Okay, there. Now, I refreshed it. So for those of you who want to go and pull those, you're welcome to go ahead and do that. Does anyone know what I can take to help with the migraine? Girl, Martha, we ain't going to be giving nobody no advice on this channel, child. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor. Like I say, you never know. I mean, you really just never know. You just never know. The best thing to do is to always consult your physician. Consult your physician. As you see, there's some physicians here who told us that there's some problems. This is sad. This is so sad. So they make you take stuff. They stop you from taking anything that comes up out of the ground. They don't want you to grow any fruits or vegetables on your own. In some states now, they're saying you can't have any birds because now those little chickens that you may grow on your own, your biddies that you may have to help with growing eggs and have to help with milk, with eggs and then meat, right? Now they're saying they have a variant of the bird flu, so that you can't do that in some areas, right? You cannot have certain livestock, even in certain areas that you normally in the past. What up there, the Gretchen Whitmer woman was making sure that nobody had any seeds back a couple of years ago, so they couldn't grow anything, had it all blocked off. But yet and still, every single day we're coming down with an issue where you're not able to eat anything that you purchase. And when you purchase it, you're purchasing with the expectation that it's going to work correctly and that you'll be able to eat it and take it home from market to the house, right? Cook it and put it on the table and feed people. But there's nothing safe in the United States anymore. And according to what we've been seeing just recently, it doesn't look like there's anybody guarding their pantry or guarding their garden, as it were. There's nobody guarding any of this. As a matter of fact, it looks like it's quite the opposite. It looks like they put it out and then cross their fingers and hope for the best and hope that you and your family are going to eat something that's correct. What I tell you to do is bless your food. Pray over each and everything that you decide to eat. Talk to the Father, allow Him to lead you and guide you before you even get to the store. Ask Him to set up the bargains and make sure that, you know what, Father, lead me to what I should be purchasing and prevent me from pulling up a product that has a recall or a potential recall on it. And I'm telling you right here, this is what you need to do. Even before I go in the store some days, I ask Him, you know what, Lord, this is how much I've got, Father, and you know how much I have. Make sure you set up the bargains for me. And I'll be honest with you, He does it all the time. Well, why can't we pre-bless our food? We sit down and we bless it, but why not ask Him to just prevent you from even going in the store and picking up some of this stuff? I don't even want to say what I was going to say. Right? Why not? So that's all I got on this one. That's all I got on this one. Let me get my avatar because I'm so doggone heated. I'm so doggone heated. I'm so heated. Ooh-wee. Oh boy. You guys, I'm so glad you all were here to hang out with me today. You all make sure that you pull those links down below inside of the description so that you can look for it for yourself. I see Mars Fools here. Hey, Mars Fools Gold, how are you doing? You got a bad stomach ache after Thanksgiving? You know what? I love to suck on ginger. I enjoy chewing ginger. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy chewing ginger. You guys take care of yourselves. Remember what we always say on any Felicia Lockhart publication, and that is that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High. No matter what you do, I want you to promise that you'll take care of yourself first, because without you, nobody else is going to make it, right? Not around you. You know they're not. They always come to you for everything. They come to you, even though some of them don't listen to you, they come to you. So I want you to make sure that you take care of yourself first. And then after that, reach around, grab one of them and take care of them. But make sure that they're depositing equally into your life. I think the time is up for us having people that are around us where all we do is pour out, pour out, pour out, pour out, and we have no space or time to rest. And there are people that we're pouring out to that do not equally deposit. If they're adult children, they should be equally depositing what you are depositing. But take care of yourself first, and then I want you to take care of all of those others around you. And until we see one another again, please continue to be blessed. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.